Hey everyone, so I wanted to give everyone an update about what's going on. About 2 weeks ago, I went to pick up my son, and you know, we spent some time together. We went out to eat, and then I had to go to the store to pick up a few things, and then I was going to bring him home with me. And so we got to, I guess, it's what they call Route 40, and it's sort of like a country road. And it has hills, but my car had issues with going up hills. It just would not go. And so, yeah, I mean, on level roads it was fine, but when it got to a hill, I've had problems with it just going. And this particular evening, I went to take the hill and it would not go up and it started getting hot. So I pulled it over to the side of the road, waited 15 minutes and I tried again, it would not go. So I turned the car around and I'm thinking, okay, I got to take it to the highway. Maybe there's no hills. So I got onto the highway, it was fine, but then we approached a hill and it would not go up. And so I had to pull it over to the side of the road once again and I had to wait 15 minutes and I tried again and it would not go. So I had to get a tow truck. And, you know, praise God that I had money in my account already because it took $250 for the tow truck to tow it to the garage. So it was there. And, many times in the past, I felt like whenever I had a need, I had to let people know what was going on, and, you got to check your motivation with why you do certain things. And so I just let people know about, I need to be picked up with my son. And um, so once the tow truck came, it brought us over to the mechanic. I parked it there, and a brother from church came to pick us up, and it was like after 10 p.m. And it was very gracious of him to do such. And so he brought us to my place, and I filled the rest of his tank up, in gratitude. And so God knew my needs, and so I think on Facebook I posted that, what the deal was with the car, that it was the transmission. So, I just looked to God alone. And I was told that the cost was $2,200. And so I left it to God. And um, it took a few days, but a couple of brothers came forward. And, God bless them. One gave me $1,000 and another brother gave me 1,000 in Canadian, which was like $600. And of course, that is like $1,600, but I still needed more money. And so the mechanic told me that it was the transmission, and they looked into the fluid and they said that the fluid was black. And so I recall that I tithed, you know, and you know tithing out of what you don't have. I didn't have anything left. So I tithed anyways. And so I go to pay half of the cost of, getting it, looked at and fixed. And that was like $900. And I said to God, I said, Lord, you know that I'm not going to have enough money for gas and to buy the things I need at the store. Lord, I need your provision. And so I got to church and I went to use the bathroom after church. And I came out, and all the while, when I was going to church, I was believing that God was going to do something. So I got out of the bathroom and I came out, and a brother stopped me. He said, somebody told me to give you this. and it was an envelope, and it looked like there was a lot of whatever it was in there. And I'm thinking, well, is it money? So I didn't open it up there. I waited till I got into the vehicle. A brother let me borrow his vehicle. So I got into the vehicle and I looked into it, and it was $500. And you know what? God knew my needs. He knew that I needed to get stuff at the store. He knew I needed to get gas. And so I put all of that in the account, and I hardly touched it because, if the bill was $2,200, that's going to be 22. But I was informed by the mechanic when I paid half that what I had to pay was $1,800. And that's a significant amount that is less than what he told me. And so I praise God for that God knew exactly what I needed. So I wanted to encourage you that when you are in need, just look to God. Don't look to anybody else, because God knows our motivations, He knows our intentions. And so if He knows the very numbers of hairs on our head, He's going to know what you need. So I just want to encourage you with this. And, God bless those brothers that came forward. God bless the person that blessed me with the $500, because, God gave me what was used up, and I was able to pay the entire bill. And so, God took care of the entire situation. So I just wanted to encourage you with this, that God is Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides. Thank you for taking the time to watch.